Welcome back. Our research team is standing by to give you the list of top 10 stocks for the day. First up, we have Infosys on our radar. Rima is here to give us the latest on that. Rima, morning.
Hi, good morning. So Infosys has entered into a memorandum of understanding, an MOU, with a global company with an estimated target spend of $1.5 billion over 15 years. But this is an MOU. It's subject to both the parties, that's Infosys and the company, entering into a master agreement. So it doesn't appear to be full and final as of now. This MOU is to provide enhanced digital experiences, modernization of business operations, where they will be leveraging Infosys platform and AI solutions. So potentially a big deal win coming through for Infosys. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot for that. Well, I'm also talking about Bharat Forge this morning, and I'm going with green over there because there are two pieces of news that are positive for the company. And the focus largely for Bharat Forge now from here on is in the EV space as well as in the defense space, as we know. Now, on the defense space, UAE-based defense company Paramount has broadened their partnership with Bharat Forge's subsidiary Kalyani Strategic Systems. Now, Paramount will increase the global armored vehicle development and production. They want to create an India-based manufacturing hub, and that manufacturing hub in India will be geared for the export market. So they are increasing their partnership with Bharat Forge. Now, this will include development and production of 4x4 and 6x6 infantry combat vehicles for global customers. Remember, Paramount is one of the leading global aerospace and technology companies that is headquartered in UAE. So that's one. The other positive is that Bharat Forge has also increased its investment in its EV, electric vehicle mobility arm, Kalyani Powertrain. Now, they will invest an additional 50 crores by subscribing up to 5 crore equity shares of Kalyani Powertrain. Kalyani Powertrain is in the electric and the EV, the e-mobility space, and it has been growing its business. I mean, the last 2 years, its turnover was nothing, but in FY23, the turnover was 16.5 crores. So now Bharat Forge has gone ahead and raised their, investment over there. So I'm going with green on that stuff.
Okay, so watch out for some of these Kalyani Group companies today. There's also a lot of news on Pharma. Ekta is joining in to wrap up all that action. Ekta, which are the stocks on your radar?
Well, thanks for that. I'll start with Strides, where they have received a tentative US FDA nod for an HIV drug. Now, it is a tentative approval under the US FDA's expedited review provision for PEPFAR, which is basically the President's emergency plan for AIDS relief. It's a large-sized drug of around $1,345 million. The tentative approval, the final approval is expected only upon expiry of some amount of patents. So generally, in terms of the outlook and the portfolio of drugs, it is a positive for Strides. Now, moving on, Sequent is in focus because the board has approved the sale of the company's API facility at Thane. So that stock could be in the green. MedPlus as well as Alchem would be in focus on account of the IT department conducting a survey at the companies. So for MedPlus, they are conducting a survey at one of the company's subsidiary companies. And for Alchem, it is a CNBC-TV18 story, which has been confirmed as well, where the IT department is conducting a survey at some of the company's offices and subsidiaries. Both the companies have said there are no impact on operations, but we could still see red on both those stocks.
All right, Ekta, thanks very much for that. More stocks with news flow. Surabhi is here with that list. Surabhi, morning.
Morning, Prashant. So the first one is Siyaram Silk Mills. Now, this is the third company after L&T and BSE which has raised the buyback price. Now, they've increased the buyback price from 650 rupees per share to 720 rupees per share. The number of shares that can be bought has been reduced from 16.61 lakh shares to nearly 15 lakh shares. Now, since the buyback has been announced last month, the stock has gained over 10%. So that will be on our radar. Next is GMM Pfaudler. The company has entered into an agreement to acquire Mix Pro, that is for $7 million. Now, expect the acquisition to be completed by October 2023. Mixpro is a design and manufacturing innovative mixing solutions for a wide range of industrial applications. They had a revenue of nearly $3.5 million in 2023. And last is Patel Engineering. Patel Engineering in joint venture has been declared the lowest bidder for an irrigation project worth 250 crores. Patel Engineering share in this project will be 100 crores and the project is to be completed in a period of 30 months.
All right, thanks a lot for that. So those are some stocks that are in the news. But let's do one thing. Let's go across to Manisha Gupta now. She's going to track crude for us, which is, has been surging. I mean, almost at $94 a barrel now. Manisha, that's been a big headwind for our markets.
Well, absolutely. And when you look at the last couple of weeks, we have seen constant gains continue in case of the crude oil prices. This actually is going to be a third weekly gain. We are trading by nearly 3.5% on the higher side in this week itself. And, the hedge funds have been strong buyers in crude in the last couple of weeks with the kind of economic recovery that we've seen coming from China. The China cutting RRR by 25 basis points for a second time in this year clearly has been a very supportive factor. Most of the global banks and brokerages have been talking about 90 and 95 and a spike up to $100 a barrel also is not ruled out. The street will watch out and react to the Chinese numbers as well. And the markets are anticipating that even if a spike up to $100 is seen, the prices perhaps would not be sustainable there.
Okay, Manisha got that. Yes, oil on the boil. Look at that. I mean, the ticker is now reading 94 plus. Who knows what next? And by the way, we should also, mention that we'll watch out for all the OMCs on the back of this because they've rallied till now. OMCs are all up 3, 4, 5% so far in September. So let's see if this starts to bite at some point in terms of sentiment. Well, let's quickly recap our list of stocks to watch. The ones that have positive news flow are Infosys, Bharat Forge, Strides Pharma, Sequence Scientific, Siyaram Silk, GMM Pfaudler, Patel Engineering and ONGC. Stocks that have negative news flow around them are MedPlus Health and Alchem Laboratories. Well, those are the stocks on our radar. Let's now, that's on the back of course, news flow. Let's watch out for some of the interesting brokerage notes as well, which could keep stocks active. Ekta's back. Ekta, tell us which ones have you picked out?
Well, I'll start with the big boy, Larsen & Toubro. Bernstein has written on it, outperform rating with a target price of 3,268. They say L&T is becoming a proxy to invest not just in the Indian infra cycle, but the Middle East transition as well. They see order momentum continuing for them. CLSA has written on M&M. They have a buy. A couple of management meet takeaways include that the company is looking at delivering 15 to 20% consolidated earnings CAGR from FY23 to 30 period with a consolidated return on equity of 18%. Jefferies has written on Grasim, buy, target price of 2270. They unveiled the much anticipated brand name for its paint business. The company would cross-leverage the group's wall putty dealers to expand the paint business reach initially, according to them. Now, Nomura has written on Tata Motors. They have a buy and a target price of 786. Nexon, attractive pricing, could be a top SUV, according to them. And Nexon deliveries are expected to commence from this month itself. HSBC has written on Titagarh Rail, buy, target price raised to 900 rupees. They expect a 2.8 times jump in profit over FY23 to 26. And DAM Capital has written on CG Power. They've initiated with a buy and a target price of 500 rupees. They say that CG Power has seen a sharp turnaround in growth and profitability across segments with a strong balance sheet as well.
All right, Ekta, thanks very much for that. So those are brokerage calls, so we'll get you more as we go along. We'll take a very quick commercial break here. Ajay Bodke will be with us to discuss some fundamental stock ideas, what he's watching this morning. And we'll also have the executive chairman at Sri Renuka Sugars to discuss price trends in that particular space. So that is what is coming up in just a bit from now. Stay with us.